GTA Online has been around for over 12 years, receiving massive content updates that players still log in for today. But Rockstar's other online multiplayer lasted a little over 2 years and received only 5 content updates. Not because the game was bad, but because Rockstar wasn't patient enough to let it grow. This is the story of how Red Dead Online was abandoned. The full release of Red Dead Online was in May of 2019 and brought along 13 story missions, which content-wise was already a much better start than GTA Online's release. The story is simple, but effective. You are broken out of jail by the widow of the man you were accused of murdering. And what follows is a conspiracy involving the 3 people who framed you. By the end, you only catch 2 people responsible, hinting at future missions.
And should our paths cross again, well, I'm sure they may.
The missions are fun and serve as a good introduction to the world and gameplay systems. More importantly, they were a way for beginners to earn gold and money early on. This brings us to the currencies of Red Dead Online. Don't worry, it's simple. There is money, which you earn from missions and use to buy things like guns and clothes. Then there's gold, which you earn from missions and use to buy things like guns and clothes. So what's the difference? Well, you can spend real money on gold. I get it, Rockstar. You need to make money somehow. But at launch, gold didn't serve much of a purpose. This would change very quickly. September of 2019 brought the first, and by far the biggest, Red Dead Online update, Frontier Pursuits. This update included 3 new roles. The Trader role focused on hunting animals and selling their parts for money. The Collector role revolved around finding collectibles, completing sets, and selling them for massive profits. And then there was the most interesting role, the Bounty Hunter. Bounty hunters could pick up contracts, track down targets, and capture them dead or alive for a payout. More importantly, the role introduced legendary bounties. Longer, more cinematic missions centered around the most wanted criminals in the West. Each legendary bounty was unique, paid extremely well, and featured a star system. Every time you completed one, its star level increased, raising the difficulty, but also increasing the payout. It was a smart system that rewarded skilled players instead of mindless grinding. So how do you access all of this new content? Gold, of course. Each role costs 15 gold bars, meaning players needed a hefty 45 gold to unlock everything. And considering how small gold payouts were from regular missions, the grind could take a very long time. Rockstar made the grind even worse by how gold payouts were calculated. The amount you earned was tied to how long you were in the mission. Sounds fair, right? Get paid more for completing the missions faster? Except, no. You actually get more gold for taking longer. For bounties, this meant standing outside the sheriff's office with your target, waiting till the last 30 seconds of the mission to turn them in. It's a completely ridiculous system designed to add dead time at the end of every mission. It pushed players toward buying gold instead of earning it, because grinding legitimately became slow and tedious. Surprisingly, players didn't really mind the grind, which was bad news for Rockstar. The high price of the roles wasn't an accident. It was designed to encourage players to buy gold instead of earning it. With the amount of content Frontier Pursuits added, the future of Red Dead Online looked incredibly bright. But that momentum wouldn't last for long. December 2019 brought the Moonshiners update, the first expansion to really dive into the criminal side of Red Dead Online, which makes sense for a game about outlaws. The update let you buy a moonshine shack and run your own business. Here you cooked and sold moonshine, sourcing ingredients yourself or buying them, and then delivering the final product in a slow-moving vehicle, very much like a business in GTA Online. The update also added new story missions, though strangely, They were completely separate from the original storyline. These focused on helping your business partner, Maggie, expand her moonshine empire and get revenge on an ex-partner who betrayed her. Rockstar also raised the price of this role. It now costs 20 gold, up from the previous standard of 15. On top of that, you need to own the trader role and reach level 5 to unlock it. For players starting from scratch, that pushed the total barrier to entry up to 35 gold. A steep grind just to access the new content. Content-wise, Moonshiners was solid. The missions were fun, and the business paid well once you fully upgraded it. But this update also broke the game. Animal spawns were completely decimated, leaving entire regions barren. This made the trader role nearly impossible to progress, and because reaching level 5 in trader was a requirement for unlocking the moonshine role, this bug effectively blocked players from accessing the new content. The most frustrating bug, though, was the disappearing camp. Your camp would vanish, leaving you unable to move it or even see it on the map. The only fix was leaving the session entirely. At the time, I thought, surely Rockstar will fix this soon. This was when I first started playing Red Dead Online. Despite all the issues, I still fell in love with the game. The world, the gameplay, and most of all, the potential of what it could become. Rockstar would eventually fix these issues, but not until the next major update, 7 months later. In July 2020, the Naturalist update was released, introducing a strange new role. In this role, you sedate animals and collect samples, completing sets that you could sell to Harriet. The role costs 15 gold, keeping it in line with the Frontier Pursuits update. Honestly, the update was underwhelming and pretty boring, basically a rehash of the trader and collector roles. The real highlight of this update was the new legendary animals. These creatures could be found roaming the world, and taking them down would let you sell their pelts to Gus, crafting these cool garment sets. Overall, this was the smallest update Red Dead Online had seen, and it left the community worried about the future. Unfortunately, we didn't even know the half of what was to come. The Bounty expansion dropped in December 2020, and honestly, it didn't bring much to the table. These new bounties are called infamous bounties. These are multi-part missions hunting several targets over a few stages. In practice, they were almost the same as standard bounties, just with slightly better payouts. And the best part? You might think there's no gold requirement since it's an expansion to an existing role. But you'd be wrong. You still have to pay 15 gold to access these new missions, and it's honestly just not worth it. But the worst part wasn't the underwhelming content, it was what Rockstar did to absolutely screw over the players. They changed the daily challenge system. Before, every day you could complete 7 standard challenges, plus up to 3 role-specific challenges per role you owned. Each challenge paid about 0.20 gold. If you kept up a streak, completing at least 1 challenge a day, your gold earnings multiplied. After a week, you'd get a small boost. Keep it going for 28 days, and the multiplier capped out at 2.5 times, meaning you could earn roughly half a gold bar per challenge, or 3.5 to 11 gold per day if you completed all of your challenges. It was a brilliant system. It rewarded players who played every day, giving consistent progression and a sense of accomplishment. Then Rockstar had to go and change it. They slashed daily payouts in half, down to only 0.10 gold per challenge. But worse, once you hit the 28-day streak, your streak would reset after just 1 more week, no matter what. This erased streaks of hundreds of days for some of the game's most loyal players. It was a backhanded move to push players towards buying gold instead of earning it. Actively upsetting your most dedicated players is not a great way to make money. This update really hurt the community, and it set the stage for Red Dead Online's final update. July 2021 brought the Blood Money update. Advertised as the update that would finally add heists, the most requested feature in Red Dead Online. But it mostly gave us glorified stranger missions. Now there are kind of heists, but they're incredibly convoluted to access. You first need to grind the new missions to earn the new currency.
Maybe some capitali there too.
This is the currency required to start the heist missions. You earn it by looting bodies and chests in the standard blood money missions, not by completing the missions themselves. Once again, the update was disappointing. The heist system was unnecessarily complicated, which is strange because Rockstar had already nailed heists in GTA Online. And the heists themselves, underwhelming. There's no setups like in GTA Online, you just get to start the missions. One involves stealing a jewel from a train, the other two involve shooting up towns and stealing a jewel from there. It's crazy, because around the same time, GTA Online's Los Santos car meet update dropped, an update about cars, and it had better heists than the Blood Money update. Players were left wanting more, but that was all we were ever going to get. When the winter update failed to appear, months of silence from Rockstar led to protests. Players posted videos of mass gatherings in-game, everyone dressed as clowns, and hashtag #SaveRedDeadOnline started trending. Under public pressure, Rockstar released a statement. Many of you have been asking about a new entry in the Grand Theft Auto series. With every new project, our goal is always to significantly move beyond what we've previously delivered. We're pleased to confirm that active development for the next entry in the series is underway. In other words, we're working on GTA 6, screw Red Dead Online. And the statement worked. Hashtag #SaveRedDeadOnline quickly faded. This game didn't die because players stopped caring, it died because Rockstar stopped supporting it. People loved Red Dead Online. I loved Red Dead Online. But Rockstar didn't. The game simply wasn't financially viable. And it's a real shame what happened, because Red Dead Online could have been truly great. There were so many ways to expand the game. Imagine owning homesteads near Valentine, or luxurious mansions in Saint Denis, giving players real choices about where they want to live. Proper GTA Online style heists, banks, trains, stagecoaches could have been added. Customizable wagons could have let players upgrade and personalize their rides. These kinds of updates would have built a solid foundation for even more content in the future. But we'll never see it. Red Dead Online suffered a slow, painful death. Each update gave players less content while making the game more and more about buying gold than enjoying it. It was abandoned to make way for GTA 6, Rockstar's next cash cow. I've been hard on Rockstar in this video, but that's because I truly love their games. And I understand, if a product isn't profitable, why continue supporting it? But that doesn't make it hurt any less. Red Dead Online had so much potential, and we'll never see what it could have become. GTA Online is suffering the same fate. The updates have gotten smaller and more formulaic. I mean, just about every update as of late is a business that you can run mini heists out of. Once GTA 6 releases, GTA 5 Online will be dead and buried. All I can hope is that GTA 6 Online is worth it because the price of its success is the death of two others.